Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on the duties of a patriot citizen. Previously, we discussed the role that Ethiopia has played in contributing to the peace and stability of the world. We learned that Ethiopia was a founding member of regional organizations such as the Intergovernmental Authority on Development and the New Partnership for Africa's Development. We learned that both of these organizations aim to provide opportunities for African nations to take full control of their own developmental agendas. In today's lesson, we will talk about why it is the duty of patriots to provide rational criticism regarding the developmental policies and strategies of the government. It is also the duty of patriots to respect the Ethiopian flag and consider how it can contribute to maintaining the sovereignty of the country. Students, if you are ready, then we will get started. I am sure you remember that in previous grades, we discussed the duties and responsibilities of patriots. One of these duties is to respect and have pride in one's national flag. There are over 200 countries, each with its own flag. The present Ethiopian flag has been in place since 1996, but it encompasses traditional colors that have been used to represent this region for many centuries. Besides being a symbol of pride and unity, the Ethiopian flag should encourage us to overcome the social and political hardships that face this nation. In addition to respecting the flag, what are some other duties that you can perform as a patriot to promote the public interest on both a local and a national level? Brainstorm this question with a classmate, and we will discuss it together in a few minutes.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello, everyone. I wonder what duties you thought of. There are so many great answers to this question. Perhaps you said that you can promote productivity, community involvement, and the fight against poverty and backwardness. On a more national level, you might have mentioned that you can play a role in defending national security by combating crime and terrorism. You can also support national development and engage in civic pride. Students, did you know that this is also the duty of patriots to be reasonably critical of governmental policies? Let us continue our lesson by explaining this concept in more detail. While it is very effective for citizens to work together to promote social and political change, that does not mean that citizens should support government initiatives when they do not agree with them. Let us look at an extreme example. In the 1940s, Adolf Hitler developed a plan to eliminate all of the Jewish people living in German-occupied countries. As a result of his plan and the citizens that supported it, around 6 million Jews perished. It is the role of patriotic citizens to criticize government policies when they know that the policies are not ethical or benefiting the greater good. Perhaps if more German citizens had denounced Hitler's policies, then the Holocaust could have been less severe or avoided altogether. Students, it is important to note that it is not patriotic to blindly criticize governmental policies and decisions. However, if citizens have rational criticisms that are based on evidence and practical experience, then it is beneficial to express them. This type of criticism can be used to improve policies and strategies that can accelerate social, cultural, and economic development, thus serving the greater good of the nation. Students, have you ever heard of a man named Negadras Gebre Hiwot Baikedine? He was a well-educated Ethiopian who was famous for criticizing the government and society in which he lived. Between the late 1800s and early 1900s, Baikedine believed that the upper-class citizens in Ethiopia had a bad work ethic. He wrote this about the weak working culture. People believe that it was not proper for the children of respected families to work hard. He used soldiers as an example. He stated that all they did was walk around carrying guns when they should have been working hard to protect the people. He said that the soldiers subsisted off the hard work of peasants without giving anything in return. Students, let us try an activity. Suppose that you live in the type of society that Baikedine criticized. Would you oppose this type of social system? If so, what kind of criticism would you offer?
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. The social system that Baikedine criticized was very unfair. It placed a great deal of responsibility on the hard-working peasants and very little responsibility on the soldiers. I wonder how you would criticize this system. Perhaps you would tell your government that soldiers, as well as other people working in positions of power need to be more closely monitored to ensure they are performing their duties. You might criticize your society by pointing out how unfair it is that only some citizens have to bear the burden of providing the necessities of life, while others just enjoy the benefits. Everyone needs to understand that it is their duty to work to the best of their abilities. Great work, students. In today's lesson, we discussed some of the duties of patriotic citizens, such as respecting the flag and providing rational criticism for governmental policies and strategies. Next time, we will discuss having concern for the well-being of the international community. This brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.